They too. You want to go first?
Sure.
Okay, let's talk about it. Because you're doing some amazing things with the courts. You're saving young lives and stuff like that. I just want you to touch on whatever you want to talk about.
Okay, well, almost lost in the system derived from my own personal situation with my son. He was facing a life sentence if convicted. Could have got up to 75 years, charged as an adult. He was the age of 14 at the time. Well, that wasn't the only case that's the first case I worked like in a major way. Yeah. But I've helped a lot of other youth prior to me making history January 8th, 2020, and becoming the first mitigation investigator to ever work in a district attorney's office. I am the owner and the creator of the Youth Mitigation Program, where I don't only investigate the cases and mitigate the cases. I've also had youth incarcerated and adults transferred to facilities as well. And that's where that's coming into place as well with Ease International. I'll let the founder touch more on that. She was almost getting there, but we was talking about other stuff. That's another reason why I partner with Ease International as well. So not only that, some youth were, okay, they committed a crime, they deserve a second chance, and if they're being charged as an adult, they get sent to bad prison. Right. So that's where the youth mitigation program come into place as well, where we research and investigate facilities that we know that would help them with them being reformed, or maybe they don't have to be sent to like adult prison at the time. Also, we collaborate and partner with other organizations and other leaders as well, to where we help when it's time for them to re-entry back into society. Gotcha. So I launched Almost Lost in the System last year in July for many reasons. So we have a mental health committee. We have a bondsman committee. We have a criminal justice committee, a criminal justice reform committee, a prison reform committee, and we also have a legislation committee as well, where I will have some of the leaders mobilizing at the state capitol. And not only just this, Georgia is the blueprint, of course, but we work and will be working more major on a national level.
I love it. And let me hit the hype bell for all those things. The reason I'm saying that is because it really makes sense. Because a lot of times you see kids, they make a mistake, right? And it may be a mental health issue. It may be a situational challenge they're going through. You haven't eaten all day, so I'm going to steal something to eat. You know, I just talked to a young brother last night. He said his mom was battling breast cancer. They were basically homeless. So he went out and was like, I had to find a way to make us some money and get my mom off the street. He gets locked up, right? Now, without the proper legal team to try to really voice his situation, you may get lost. You may have a DA or somebody, that you may have a public defender that is going to entice you to take a deal.
And guess what? That's where Almost Lost in the System and the Youth Mitigation Program come into place, where we mobilize the work, where we work between the district attorney office and the defense attorney, also with the state judges as well. Right. So we're unbiased.
You create that conversation between both parties and make it a fair situation. Absolutely. And then you take into personal account who this kid is, because a lot of times it's just a number, and it's a full docket day. It's going to be real bad.
And everybody, if that's the case, will like whatever cases is taken into consideration. Like when I worked at the Gwinnett County District Attorney Office, I was given all the cases for Gwinnett County. So every case was treated. It didn't matter if you was Chinese, African American, Caucasian, Hispanic. That didn't matter. Right. I didn't look at the race of the youth, even though I had to look at it to, prepare the mitigation binder. But I didn't
look at it. It was
a human. And so I treated every case the same. And it's thoroughly investigation and thoroughly mitigation, where the prosecution can't play you or your defense attorney can't play you. So you know how some people be like, oh, my defense attorney seemed like a prosecutor. No, but if the Youth Mitigation Program, Almost Lost in the System, or Hildiah Martin-Suggs is the investigator on the case, nobody can play you.
Right.
Because I'm going to come with the laws,
right.
the facts,
right.
everything, and why it should be this, and recommend it to the state judge.
And that's why
the
she said you was dope.
The state judge have the final prosecution discretion.
Right. That's what I'm talking
Ain't no way around it.
I told you we got some heavy hitters up here. That's what I'm talking about. No, that's what I'm talking about. But we need those. We need those
taking it
people.
to the news.
I know that. I've seen you on there a few times. But we need people like that to speak up for the masses.
Absolutely.
And we don't really have that representation all over. So we appreciate what you guys are doing on each level. I definitely want to talk to you about your organization. And because that's another issue that we're seeing, and then Georgia's one of the worst places in the world.
Oh, absolutely. So I'm from upstate New York. So I moved down here. My job transferred me down here, and as I get down here, so many kids are coming up to me saying, "Oh, I'm being bullied. You know, can you help me? Can you help me?" And I was like, "Okay, God, where are you going with this? Where are you going with this?" And then, you know, my youngest son, who's 18 now, you know, we got here when he started the 6th grade.
Okay.
And he's like, "Mom, you know, the kids is messing with me." My son has epilepsy. "Mom, the kids is messing with me. I'm stuttering a little bit, you know. They mess with me.
Right.
They call me small and whatever." They don't call him small no more because he don't grow it up.
But I mean, sometimes kids can be cruel, and unfortunately, sometimes they taking stuff out on other kids because they're getting abused themselves.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mentally or physically or verbally. Yeah.
Absolutely. So I have to, you know, mention this towards my youngest son because he is the reason why No More Hurt Kids exists.
Okay.
You know, Marcus says, "Mom, I am tired of all these kids trying to bully people. You know, let's do something. Let's do something about it." So what should we do? He was like, "Mom, you always like talking, so why don't you help these kids?"